Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raelia. We'll be watching some internet historian, but in his incognito mode channel. We'll be watching a video, educational I'm sure, about drinking responsibly. If you enjoyed the content, you should consider dropping over at twitch.tv/justraelia. I do stream 3 to 4 times a week, and I do watch all of this live. So if you want to have your comment featured in the bottom left corner in chat, drop by. Otherwise, hit that subscribe button and bell icon and what have you, youngsters these days, and leave a comment, I guess. Skibbity.
Brought to you by Incogni.
That's what I said.
Alright, we've done theatre, we've done painting, we've done wine, and
We
now
haven't
it's time
watched
to do some
painting
drinking
yet.
stuff in general. And to start, let us learn about the drinking cultures of the world.
Oh, of the world. I thought he was gonna discuss drinking different fluids.
Welcome to my private jet.
Thank you.
Come on, kid, I got a lot to teach you.
Oh, yeah.
About the world.
Looking. Why does that look like a
We
butt?
must learn all of the drinking customs of all the funny foreign places. Starting with where drinking was invented. The country.
Why is his hand positioned that way? Yes, of course it started. Didn't it start from like Ireland?
Of Uck. The trick
shit.
is to jump just before you hit the ground. Observe British people in their natural habitat. Here
the
they do a
pubs.
thing called cheers, where they clink their glasses together before drinking.
Ah.
The tradition dates back centuries, but the origin, why they started doing it, is somewhat unknown.
No one knows.
But we have a couple of theories.
Ah.
Theory 1, poisoning.
Right, because if you clack it and then the alcohol gets in everybody's cups, and then you know it's probably not poison, right? Because they're not going to poison themselves. Just on the off chance, right? Yeah. Big brain. do you think they ever go like, you know, every time Tom clinks his glass, he makes sure that that alcohol gets in everybody's, and then we all have doo-doos the next day. What do you think that means?
Yes. So imagine a situation like this.
Mm.
2 people who don't trust each other, sitting down together at the pub. This guy then does something shady to the other guy's drink.
Not the
There you
salt
go.
in beer.
Did you poison my drink? Me? I would never. Well then, I'll pour a little of mine into yours, and you can pour a little of yours into mine, and we'll both either be totally fine or both totally dead. No, there's no need to do that. So that was the initial version.
I spit
and
in
then
it.
eventually they just kind of shortcutted it to, yeah, clink clink, it's fine, I trust you. But that's
I
probably
think that's a myth. Yeah.
So, theory number 2, ghosts.
Oh,
Right, in the Middle Ages, people were worried about spooky ghosts and spirits. So they'd do cheers very loudly to scare away the demons.
oh.
Also, sometimes you'd spill some of your drink onto the table and the floor, and then that was like a little offering to the spirit.
Isn't that kind of insulting to the spirits? Here, spirits. You're not deserving of a whole bottle of this good quality vodka, but you can have this tiny little drop I put on the toilet seat. Like, isn't that kind of mean? You can lick it off the floor, you dog. It's loud and fun. Yeah, it's very festive. Kinky.
But that's probably also not true. The most likely answer is simply that everyone likes that sound.
I like it.
Very satisfying.
What the fuck?
There's more. You know when someone drops a glass and everyone goes kind of silent, like, oh, you fucking idiot? Well, in the UK, instead, everyone goes, way, in celebration.
Really?
In a way to make fun of you, but also make you feel not so bad. Uh-oh.
Oh, any British people in here or in YouTube comments? Can you really? So when you smash a glass by accident, you guys cheer? Because in Canada, we just awkwardly look at each other and then they go, ah, fuck. And they have to clean it up and we just go back to our food. Here too? Okay. Everyone in the bar rapidly smacks the table and goes, wee! Really? That's so fun. Okay, hold up. Maybe I do want to visit the UK sometime just to get some good, cheery bar experience. Well, okay, I don't know. I don't even go to the bars here. I don't. I have nothing to compare it to. And say sorry.
BBC. They have a whole organization for that now. We gotta get out of here. We'll take my private cruise ship.
I had to listen to that BBC
Italy,
joke in
where they filmed
silence.
some audio movie. Let me just park this here.
Oh, hello.
Sorry, this is actually real.
Come this way to the
Damn, SQC jump scare. Makes things funnier. Hell yeah.
Leaning Tower of Pizza, held up by the raw strength of 1,000 tourists posing for photographs. But did you know that Italians, when they say cheers, say
Oh no.
chin chin?
Ooh.
Now, that is very funny to the Japanese.
Of
because
course.
In Japanese, chin chin means penis.
Germany
Germany now.
Filthy Frank. These are some goddamn old clips, bruh.
Now, here they do Bruderschaft, where you link your arms together when drinking. It's also kind of seen all over the world. At
That's so
weddings in
sweet.
particular, but
Yeah.
only the Germans have a name for it.
Is that
It
Katy Perry?
symbolizes the end of formalities between two people. But the Germans have a lot more. Now, when you clink glasses together with someone, you have to look them directly in the eye. And if you don't do it, you will be cursed with 7 years of bad
What?
sex. apparently.
Not the bad sex.
Not my fault. It's the Germans.
Damn, I didn't look at that guy in the eyes because I didn't want to seem like I was into him. Oh my goodness. Really? A frat brother's secret drinking thing. Interesting. That's so sweet. I don't know. I always thought it was quite romantic.
Then when doing shots in Germany, they
Ooh,
sometimes
pretty
also
shot.
go Zermit, and you hold the glass near your belly, Zertit, and you hold it near your chest, and then Zumsack, and you hold it near your, and then Zak, and you drink.
Okay, like when you're drunk as fuck and your shots glass is filled to the brim and you go up, down, shouting, and back to the mouth, you're gonna spill half of that. Are less deafeningly loud, flashing laser nightclub raves and more the old-fashioned restaurant-like ones. I'm sure we have those here too. I just never go. That one's so fun. I can imagine the amount of liquids that are spilled for the spirits to lick up. It's a blast? Hell yeah, that sounds so cool.
Now, on to Finland. They keep it casual. They have a custom specifically for drinking alone.
Oh,
You're supposed to do it while loafing around in your underpants, and it's called kalsari kani, also known as underwear drunk.
me at home. What is it called? Kalsarikani. Okay, that's gonna be me. And next time you guys ask me, hey Ray, how's your day in Discord? That's how I'm gonna answer.
All right, that's all I could find on Finland. So off
That's
to
cool.
Canada. To get there, I
Canada.
booked us a private fishing trawler. It's so exclusive that even these fish, yes, they go to a private school. In Newfoundland, Canada, they have the Newfoundland Screech. You take a
Oh, it's about Newfoundland. Nobody cares about Newfoundland. Kidding. Kind of.
shot of Screech, and then you do the Screech. Goes like this.
Is you a screecher? And then you answer like this. Deed I am, me old cock, and long may your big jib jaw. That's it.
It's a pirate culture. Then they take a big fish, usually a cod, and they kiss it on the lips. Anyway, I'm kind of busy, so there's no more customs anywhere in the world. You can do.
Ew. What? Hold on, I gotta learn what they yell. Hold on.
Like this.
Is you a screecher?
All right, Todd. Is you a screecher?
And then you answer like this. Deed I am.
Deed
me
I
old
am, me old cock.
and long
May
may
long your big jib draw.
That's it.
It's a pirate culture. Then they take a big fish, usually a cod, and they kiss it on the lips. Anyway, I'm kind of busy, so there's no more customs anywhere in the world.
Mwah.
You can do some more, maybe independent research yourself.
God, I wish that fish was me.
I'll see you back in the field. Okay, this next section is on cocktails.
Oh, okay. I was surprised by the word COC. Okay. Cocktail. I don't know, bro. Some of these names in different industries are so weird. Like in engineering, I think I talked about this before, in like pipelines and stuff, like construction parts, like the nut on top of a boat, the nut. Why is it called the nut? And then there's the nipple. And then sometimes you will put the nut to the nipple, and that is a construction term. So strange. I think that's it.
It all started when we made this asset where the IH character, he's shaking a cocktail at a frat party, and I turned to the editor and I went, wait a minute, that's a weird word. Why are they called cocktails?
Thank you.
And we started Googling it, and we kind of went down a rabbit hole, and it was actually really interesting. So, here it is.
Here it is, chat.
Cocktails. In the 1700s, fuel prices were outrageous.
I Peaky Blinders,
so
ain't it?
everybody used the horse. Now,
Horse
horses weren't
girls.
just used for travel. They were also used for work in the fields. So you would
Did they cut the tails off those horses? Their tails are like little nubs.
sometimes put a harness on a horse for plowing a field, right? Now, when you do that, its tail actually gets in the way.
Oh!
And so we have to do something about that thing. Think of it like the foreskin of the horse.
No. Oh my god, no. I don't want to think about that. Thank you. I don't. Why would you say that?
You put it in the guillotine, and everybody closes their eyes. Problem solved.
Ouch. Is that what happens to foreskin?
Now, this practice is called docking. It has a different meaning these days.
Yeah.
So once the tail is docked, some say it's much easier to clean. But it also kind of looks like a chicken's tail, right?
Yeah, and also now they have like flies and stuff buzzing around their butt, and the tail doesn't work about chasing them away anymore.
Hence, they would call these tails cocktails. So that's step one in the story.
Oh.
Step two. You've also got horse merchants, right? And they are a very shrewd bunch. They know that when they sell their horses, the customer wants very feisty and energetic animals. Someone who's buying a horse doesn't want one that's kind of sickly or lazy or sleeping all the time.
Sleeping horses are like the funniest. Not the horse merchants. We just watched that video about horse girls rising up against the AAA gaming industry. How fitting.
Right? They need it for work. So how do you ensure then that your horse looks full of beans and moxie and some other stuff and has the maximum horsepower possible
Horsepower.
when it's time to sell? Well, they would use this one quick hack. All the equestrians hate them. They would go over to their mortar and pestle and they would throw in some chili, some ginger, and a few other spices and just mix it all
They
together.
drug it?
Then they would go over to the horse. Hold still, little fella.
No. Are they about to do what I think they're going to do? Oh my gosh. No, back up. Oh my god. How do they survive this? That the horse is going to kick them, and a horse kick is really strong. You might not survive a direct contact. Oh no.
With the mixture, go up into the no-no area.
Ew.
Now, the horse doesn't like that very much.
Of course.
So it's kicking, it's going mad, and the bidders are all going, wow, this is a really great horse. It's got some spunk, I tell you. I'm buying it.
Tommy.
So the horse merchants made a whole bunch of money.
Oh, Tommy's brother. I forgot his name in the show. But he's the one with the mustache.
And everyone was happy. Well,
Except for the horse.
almost everyone.
The poor horse.
Of step two. Now, step three. Around the same time, you've got bartenders over in the saloon, and they have just invented the science of
Why you look so
mixology.
nerdy?
They've realized that you can add Red Bull and lemon juice to stuff and actually make alcohol not taste so bad.
Yeah.
But when they added some ginger and spices and maybe a little bit of pepper, people went, oh, I know these. These are those horse suppositories. Cocktails, we'll call them.
Cocktails.
Glug, 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 glug. And the name stuck.
Really? That's not a myth. Interesting. Man, I used to think drinking cocktail was such an elegant hobby. I thought if you could like order some cool cock drinks, like fancy ones off the top of your head, it means you're quite classy, you know, you're quite well spoken in the language of alcohol and bars. Oh, that's what it means. I see. Yeah, I'll never look at cocktails the same. Mochas. No, Mazo, do not take it the original way. What the fuck? Tat, I don't even think I need to tell you this, all right? Do not take cocktails the original way. And if you do, and you go to the emergency, do not say that I told you to do it.
Do you think it's too early for ad time? I don't think it's too early for ad time. Oh no, help me, Incogni Man. I signed up for discounts at a retail store and they won't stop sending me messages.
Oh no!
Huh? I signed up to that website years ago. Why are they still spamming me?
Oh no. It's the Minecraft man.
Data-based man.
Oh no, not the
Who will stop
DBM.
him? It's me, Incogni Man. Incogni is the brilliant service that tells a whole bunch of
I hate his Incogni joke, bro.
It says, hey, do you have this email address? Well, lose it. Hey, marketer man, you can't use this phone number anymore. Instead of chasing them all up manually by signing up to Incogni, they send these legal requests on your behalf to get you deleted from the internet.
Let us do battle.
You know, I just realized that Incognito mode always gets sponsored by Incognito. Is that why he's called Incognito? Is this like an exclusivity deal? Hey, make a new channel and anything you upload on here, we'll pay for.
Legal threats, data removal tools,
Coincidence? I think not.
protection regulations, polite yet stern wording. It has created
Yes,
a Gundam.
Drill. What Drill said.
So go
What
to
Drill said.
incogni.com/incognito.
Do not do that.
Sign up today and get 60% off an annual plan. I won't change numbers. I won't change email addresses. I'll just simply...
Stretch and hydrate, everybody. Stretch and
I can feel it working.
hydrate.
Fun fact, you
Yes?
might have heard about sailors drinking grog. The name makes it sound like some disgusting swill that only the manliest of Macomb can drink. In reality, it's basically rum lemonade. Rum kills bacteria, lemon or lime juice.
I was gonna say, yes, that sounds really, really delicious. Even though grog sounds really nasty. Rum lemonade is a classic. It's so good. Man, sailors knew what they were doing, okay? Sailors knew what they were doing.
My phone isn't ringing as often. My email inbox, it's less full with just a whole bunch of shit. And then like the sun comes out, the clouds clear.
My databases are getting too
Grogram coat. What? Some type of fabric. Oh, did he come up with a drink?
Cold eventually.
Pan up and
Thank
it's
you,
North Man.
thank you, Mons. You are so useful. I shall feed you after this.
So go to incogni.com/incognito. Sign up today and get 60% off an annual plan.
Yippee!
Have you heard about the latest dangerous trend? It's all over social media. Wine mixed with watermelon.
Oh,
The
yeah, I have.
combination when mixed together makes a deadly poison.
It's pretty good.
Here we are in Argentina with a delicious watermelon. Now let me chase it down with a glass of wine.
Wait, is it bad?
Okay, it's not true.
Oh.
But it's been a myth in South
Oh my
America
gosh.
for over 100 years that you should never pair wine and watermelon together.
Why?
No one quite knows why. But we dug and we dug and we were able to find a single source from an author, Facundo de Genova. And he says, in probably Argentina, probably sometime in the 1800s, there was a small Catholic church and everything was great.
Okay.
For a time.
Oh,
They
no.
grew wine for dinner and watermelon for dessert. Until one day,
Did they get diarrhea?
something bad happened in their idyllic little town.
Oh, no.
A few men in the village started getting a bit grabby.
Oh.
It was a whole Me Too thing, but it was the first Me Too. It was a Me one. No one quite knows who did what
Me
to
uno.
whom, but it was a big scandal, I tell you. And it kept happen.
Oh no, what's happening to our beautiful village?
They said
Did he say that? Is that his girl voice? Damn, that's pretty good.
in their funny foreign accents. Now, presiding over the village was a monastery. So the priests all gathered together at this monastery to figure out what the hell's going on with all this grabbiness,
Yeah, this town sucks now.
said the women folk.
I hope you have the plan to fix this.
Is it accurate? Is the accent accurate?
Yes, of course we do. But first, we must figure out why the men are becoming so grabby. Come on, guys, think outside the box. We have to find
Oh, it's
something,
AI.
anything to blame, except the people who actually did the thing.
Yeah.
So the priests began looking
It's
at
the alcohol and
diets
watermelons.
of the people in the village. The priest said aloud. One of the monks proposed a theory. Have you noticed that we grow a lot of grapes here? Yes. And have you noticed that we also
Yes.
grow a lot of watermelon? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, what if, somehow, it makes the men folk grabby? That must be it. We must put a stop to this. But how? Well, let's tell them that if they drink wine and eat watermelon, they'll go to hell.
Oh, watermelon plus wine is the devil's drink. I see. It makes sense. Yeah, there's some like weird superstitions. Like I grew up with the superstition that you're not supposed to clip your toenails at night. Apparently, like a spirit will find you and your head will be clipped off or something. Or you're not supposed to go to a new place with a pair of new shoes because it'll lead you astray or something. Yeah, I think there's also there's like a more harmless stuff. I think it's really just like probably just made up by parents that didn't want their kids doing weird shit. And so they try to exaggerate the consequences and it kind of stuck. I don't know. Toenail clipping. Yeah, that's like very Asian. I think it's Japanese. Or like when I was young, I was told like, because we had these manju buns that are not stuffed. So it's just pure dough, right? It's just pure bread. It's like our version of bread. And when you steam it, the dough on the outside forms like a layer that you can peel off for a fluffier inside. You can eat it. You're supposed to eat it. But as a kid, some kids may be picky eaters and they'll try to peel that shit off. And I was told as a kid that if I peel it, I would kill my grandma. Like my grandma would have some pretty dire situations to deal with. So I think it's really just like parents making stuff up to try and discourage you from doing stuff. It doesn't make any sense though.
Okay, so that's what they did. Hear ye, do not drink wine and then eat watermelon. You'll go to hell. Oh, really? And it worked. The assaults suddenly stopped.
Yeah, the chewing gum one, I was told, yes.
Although whether that was a coincidence, we don't actually know. Over time, however, the messaging kind of evolved. Because don't mix wine with watermelon isn't exactly a well-known Bible proverb, and people became less religious. So instead of, you'll go to hell, the line changed to, it's poison and you'll die. And in Argentina, in
Of course,
some places,
logical
the myth
growth.
still perpetuates.
Logical
Is there
development.
actually any evidence at all that pairing wine and watermelon together really causes the mood? Kinda.
Oh, it's an aphrodisiac?
Watermelon contains an amino acid, arginine, which partially transforms...
Watermelon has protein? Hold up. I thought watermelon was literally just sugar, slight amount of fiber, and a lot of water. It has protein in it. What are you talking about?
into nitric oxide, and then nitric oxide is a vasodilator. And vasodilators do this. Plus, wine also has polyphenols, and that also helps in the formation of nitric oxide, so double this. But the effect from nitric oxide is actually very mild. Also, all of these foods have polyphenols and arginine in them as well. So pretty much everything has it. So, no, the effects are likely hugely overstated. So, the moral of the story is...
You should eat watermelon and drink wine before your first date, Sat. There you go. Forehead taps. Big brain plays. You're welcome. Yeah, noted. Yeah, for your first
This next
date.
section is on wine in the Bible. Sort of. Apologies if we got any details wrong. We mostly kept this section because we liked the pun on Eucharist.
Oh. What?
Jumping forward to Jesus. This is his first recorded miracle. So, Jesus and a whole bunch of his followers and stuff, they are invited to a wedding in Cana. Now, the waiter goes over to serve some guests some wine, and uh-oh.
It's empty.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean it's empty?
There's no more wine.
No, wait, I've got a plan, says Jesus. Bring me 6 big stone jugs, about 20 to 30 gallons each, and fill them up to the brim with H2O. Now, check out this. And he does the finger thing. And then when they
He's
went
a
to pour
Disney
the water,
princess.
suddenly it was wine. And it was the best wine that anyone had ever had. And
Wow,
they go,
the best wine
that's
there
pretty
ever
good,
was
Jesus.
to
But have
wine.
you got any other miracles? And he says, yes. Come on, we're going to do a supper. Now, everyone is gathered around, and this is the point at which Jesus reveals, by the way, one of you is very sus.
Huh?
I know one of you will betray me.
Oh.
And he looks at Judas, and Judas is kind of looking away. But then Da Vinci's like,
Guys, I need you to stay still for the painting.
so Jesus goes, watch this. And he takes some bread and wine, and he says, look at this bread. This is my flesh. And everyone's
Look
going,
at this bread.
really? And he goes, well, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I mean, if you're Protestant, then just metaphorically. No, okay, look at this wine. It is my blood. Really? Quit making this so complicated. Yeah, have some. So he hands it to his disciples, and they went, fantastic. I was peckish and thirsty. And he goes, yes, in fact, I shall call this little celebration a Eucharist, or Holy Communion. It will be the practice of eating one cracker or piece of bread and drinking some wine. And if you eat the whole thing and drink the whole bottle, that's called
What is this drinking? What is that?
some wine. And if you eat the whole thing and drink the whole bottle,
So this is what I need. I'm going to be putting this on Throne tonight. Thank you very much. I'm just kidding. What the frick? I would like this. I would actually like this. I would like to know what's the name of this.
bottle, that's called a huge Eucharist.
Huge
Now, most Christians
Eucharist?
today take that as a symbolic thing. Unless you are Catholic. Now, they believe in what's called transubstantiation, which means that the bread and wine literally turns into the body and blood of Jesus at the moment that they are consumed.
Oh.
However, it does still look like bread and wine, and they call that phenomenon appearance or accident.
Huh?
It has changed, but you just can't tell, except for sometimes when you actually can. Lanciano, Italy, in the 8th century, there is a monk, and he has been on r/atheism for far too long. He is starting to have doubts about the blood and wine stuff, but he still has his monkly responsibilities. So he holds mass, and he says the words of consecration, this is my body, this is my blood, this is my rifle, this is my gun, and at that very moment,
I don't know. I have a feeling some of that wasn't creative freedom, perhaps.
the bread turns into literal flesh in his hands.
Oh,
And the wine turned to blood.
bug.
Holy shit, said everybody in unison. And ironically, he went, oh, well, I should probably not eat this then. So instead, he kept it in this chalice thing. What is it? A clock? Anyway, there it remains still today, kept in the church of San Francesco. And now a couple of years later, in the 1970s, Professor Odar
What's the Holy Grail? Is that the Holy? No, that's not the Holy Grail. Never mind.
Leone decides, let me
Guzzle buddy, guzzle buddy. Guzzle buddy to go. Unbreakable plastic wine bottle glass. Nice. Appreciate it. Guzzle
do
buddy.
a bit of an experiment. So
We
he
need a
took
guzzle buddy.
sample of the flesh, and he came to the conclusion that it was indeed real. Apparently, it was part of a heart valve, and that the blood type was AB.
What?
The sample has not been analyzed since. However, it is officially recognized by the Roman Catholic Church. Here ends the...
That's crazy. Oh, it's the cup
Now,
that
you might
Jesus
say,
drank from. Okay,
wow,
okay.
that section really doesn't have a whole lot to do with wine. And in fact, you're just badly retelling a Bible story.
Huh?
This final
Sorry, I was
section
reading
we
chat. What were you
started
saying?
making for the main channel where we found this massive court document and we thought, holy shit, this is a hell of a story. And we had all these ideas of it being like Witcher themed, and so there were quite a few like random Witcher assets, just ignore that. But
Okay.
it just kept blooming and blooming into this bigger
Is there
story, and
Gwent?
it got too long. And so here it is on Incognito. And here we begin in 1743. The birth of Thomas Jefferson. Push, Mrs. Jefferson, push. Now, Tom Jeff.
Why does that name sound familiar?
He was involved with some politics, kinda sexy, but you're too late, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
But what's more important is he tried his hand at a lot of different hobbies. Architecture. He designed his own home in Monticello. He played the violin. He kept mockingbirds. He
Oh.
collected fossils.
He played Animal Crossing.
And, most relevant of all, he hoarded a culture. In his extensive garden, he kept 330 types of vegetables and 170
yes,
types
the
of
Declaration of
fruit. One
Independence.
those
Okay, I
fruits
did know
was
that
grapes.
his building looked a
So
little
he tried
familiar.
his hand at
Damn
viniculture.
it.
And while he was
I'm
good at a lot
Canadian.
of things, he never saw much success with making wine. So he mostly collected the stuff. Now people naturally wondered, like, hey, what happened to the wine he made and the wine he collected? Did he sell it all? Did he give it
Hey,
away?
at least I recognize the name. Okay.
Did he attempt the huge caress? Fast forward 1985. Meet German music producer Hardy Rodenstock. He is an avid wine collector.
I don't know him.
And he's tapping on the walls of old buildings in Paris, looking for some national treasures. On this occasion,
Is this what rich people do in their time? Damn, is this what happens when you actually have a financial freedom? You're free to tap on old walls?
the wall opened and, my God. Sealed behind,
My
he said
God.
that he found a collection of 24 bottles.
No way.
Dating all the way back to the 1780s, and look at that. THJ
No way.
engraved right there on the
Hoggies?
glass. Thomas Jefferson.
My name's Jeff.
It seems like Mr. Rodenstock has stumbled upon Jeff's hidden collection.
Ooh.
Mystery solved. And it would make sense that they wound up in France because Jefferson spent a number of years over there.
Oh.
Amazing.
No
and
way.
into Rodenstock's
No
wine
way.
collection, they went.
How was your
Now,
shower?
Rodenstock's wine collection was something quite special, and he liked to show it off. So every year he would host tasting events that featured extremely rare wines. And he would invite all the most prominent German
Oh, he got like a little sparkle thing, like little pearls in his hair and his suit. Fabulous.
celebrities, such as the Hans brothers, and Das Boot, and Death Stranding. Now, one of his guests was a guy named
Siri!
Michael Broadbent, the senior director for Christie's auction house.
Ooh.
Together, they cracked open one of the THJ bottles. Bottle number 1. Broadbent said that the wine was delicious. Yup, these bottles are in perfect condition, he said.
Wow.
You should really auction these things. I run an auction, you should put them in there.
Bro literally just came here to drink wine and network and try to make money.
Maybe I should, said Mr. Rodenstock. Maybe I should. But before they did that, they sold 2 of the bottles privately, number 2 and number 3, and they drank a 4th. On the 5th of December 1985, they put up bottle number 5 for auction at Christie's.
How much did it sell?
It was bought by Christopher Forbes for £105,000.
Holy.
Which at the time meant it was the most expensive bottle of wine ever sold.
Would you buy that much if I made wine? Wine? And put it in the basement for like 100 years to...
But that wine wasn't to drink. Proudly, that thing sat on the Forbes shelf, eventually to be put into the Forbes gallery in the exhibit on former presidents. And funnily enough, they actually put this bottle on display under big industrial lights, and it heated the thing something fierce, and the heat ruined its drinkability.
No! Bro! What a fucking clown! What a fucking clown! You really spend all that money just to heat up your wine. I can't. I can do that for free. Oh my gosh. You spent 105k trial points? Wow, thank you, Fitz. How come I didn't see you redeem that last week? I'm just kidding.
Of course. In fact, so intense was the light that the glass expanded and the cork fell into the bottle.
Bro, how much light do you need around a freaking glass bottle? Come on.
Some time passed. They celebrated the sale with another drink. Bottle number 6, now gone.
So sad.
And then they sold 2 more privately. In 1987, they drank bottle number 9. In 1988, they drank bottle number 10. And
So they drink one every 10 years? What the heck?
at this point, a new challenger enters the scene. The White Wolf of Palm Beach.
Me, the White Wolf.
They call him Bill Koch. Some say it's short for billionaire. He's a member of one of the wealthiest.
The Koch family. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Mars family, the Hermes family, the Walton family.
He's a good crowd.
Families in America. And he is also one of the world's most avid collectors of wine. So they sell him a total of 4 bottles for $311,804.
Jeez.
We're way over here on the graph at this point. So, gently, careful now, he put them in his climate-controlled cellar. And he would show them off to his friends.
Oh, is that actually him? Face reveal. That's actually me, the White Wolf.
Otherwise, here they remained for the next 17 years. As the years ticked by, more bottles were sold and more bottles were consumed, until there were none left.
Okay.
2005.
Are they finding
the 4
more?
Coke bottles had sat around for a long time on the shelf, doing nothing.
I want to drink it. Drink it.
Something new happened.
Uh-oh.
The Boston Museum of Fine Arts was interested in displaying the bottles and wanted to trace the exact provenance.
Oh my god, are they going to discover that it's actually not made by him? Oh!
So Cook gets on
plot
the line with
twist.
the Jefferson Foundation and he goes, "Oh, look, I don't mean to brag, but I'm about to have my bottles displayed at the Boston Museum.
Oh, that'll be the
But I
ultimate
need just a
cringe.
little bit of verification. Could you tell me exactly where these bottles come from?" And the Thomas Jefferson Foundation responded, "I'm afraid we can't do that. We don't think they're real." Yeah. In fact, you're not the only person to call about this. What? Yes,
What?
it was in the 80s. A Mr. Broadbent, I believe, of Christie's auction house called up trying to verify the bottles so that he could sell them. But we looked through our comprehensive historical records and found no mention of these bottles. Here's a letter we sent saying that we couldn't verify them, and they're probably fake. But he said,
That makes sense because they were drinking so much of it, right? If it was real and there was only 24 of them, they would be very, very precious. You wouldn't just like nonchalantly taste testing them.
sold those bottles to me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you messed with the wrong
Back
wolf.
to 1776. Now here's the thing you should know about Jefferson. Let's just say if he was around today, he would play a lot of Factorio. He was, you know.
I have the largest collection of Funko Pops.
Oh
And that
no.
meant that his record
Don't slander his
keeping
name
was
with
very
Funko Pops.
meticulous. All of his anime was ordered alphabetically. And so too were all the things that he ever purchased,
Oh wow. So he had an OCD.
including wine. So that's my story, Mr. Pepsi. And those bottles are probably fake. When Coke hears about this, he hangs up the phone and hits speed dial on his pager or something.
Does it even matter because he's so freaking rich? Does it even matter? I guess it's just the principle of being lied to. What else would they do with them if they're rich? I guess. Sorry for looking at this through a poor person's lens. Sorry for looking at this from someone who lives paycheck to paycheck.
And I need to assemble a team of investigators. Mr. Rodenstock lived in Germany, so Coke's investigators scoured the countryside for clues, and eventually they found a lead.
Oh.
They managed to track down 5 German residents who claimed to have done engraving work for Rodenstock in the past. They said, "Hey, have you seen these bottles before?" And they went, "Oh yeah, we have. We did those." And all 5 were certain that the THJ engravings were done by an electric power tool.
How the fuck would they remember these bottles, man? You probably see bottles like by the dozen a day, and this is like years, decades ago. How the hell are you supposed to remember
Every one of these 24 bottles of Jefferson wine were fake. Big, fat phonies.
Oh, no.
Allegedly. So, Bill takes all of this evidence to court, and Rodenstock is summoned, but he doesn't show up. So Bill wins in absentia and is awarded $1 million.
Oh.
In the end, Bill never received any money from Rodenstock. But to Bill, it was about sending a message more than receiving any money.
I'm coming after you.
And it's just one battle of many that Bill has fought against counterfeit wine.
I didn't know you could be ruled by court to pay $1 million and just not pay. I didn't know you could just say no you and leave.
In 2008, Coke filed a consumer fraud lawsuit against the Chicago Wine Company, which was later settled out of court. Another time, Coke spent $3.5 million buying nearly 2,700 bottles of wine from Zacky's auction house. Almost a third of $1 million worth was fake.
Oh
the
my
auction
God.
house settled out of court, but the seller was told to pay $379,000 in damages and another $1,000 for every...
Is he just... No way he's that stupid. No, there's no way.
bottle.
Is this a big
but then
ploy?
The next day they went, you know what, we thought about it. This jury has decided to award you $12 million in punitive damage.
Holy...
Jackpot, said Mr. Coke. I'm rich. But a year later, the court changed its mind and awarded Coke only $711,000.
Oh, but...
Okay, so this guy's like a one-man army, and he's going around trying to scare the shit out of
everybody.
anyone who's selling fake wine. Oh, you've got expensive rare wine, do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll buy it then. Yeah, but no, yeah, I'll buy it. No, it's fine. It's genuine, is it? Yeah, you're saying it's genuine. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's a
and then he goes
scam.
and he inspects it, then finds it's fake, and then goes, yeah, I knew all along, stupid. Lawsuit time. By doing this, he's very slowly cleaning up the market. After all of these investigations, Bill has spent around $35 million tracking down fake wine. But by 2016...
I guess it's a passion project for him to clean up the wine market? Yeah. But that's a lot of money for a passion project, bro. Wow. Unrelatable boomer moment.
Coke was ready to lay down his weapons. He sold off a big chunk of his collection, and it sold for $22 million.
Oh my goodness.
Which means he likely did not break even. So consider giving to his GoFundMe.
Consider giving to
Now, this
his
is actually just a
fansly.
very small part of the story. This scandal ended up making such waves across the wine industry that they decided to make a movie about it. Based on the Benjamin Wallace book, The Billionaire's
Is it good? Has
and
anyone
it was set
seen
to
it?
star Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt?
No, wait, now it's Matthew McConaughey.
Oh.
No, wait, it looks like it's cancelled.
Oh, never mind. So has anyone seen it?
Alright, that's the video. Thanks for watching. 4 more to go, but we've already started in on the regular type stuff in case you don't love fancy. Okay, bye. And don't forget, incognito.com/incognito.
Say what word? What would I say? Wine? What'd I say? Pants pinch. I still remember when you guys were spamming pants grab in chat, and then my friend Sunny came in. I was like, why do you guys always spam pants grab when there's nothing to grab? Boom. Vine boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Tara, why do you keep grabbing when there's nothing to grab, huh? Boom, 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 boom.